Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so very happy that you're here today. Today we're going to be doing a What Are You Knitting / Crocheting video update. This is WAYK 32, and these videos are where I share what I'm currently working on or what I've just finished, and some of you guys send pictures in to me and I share those projects here as well, and then I ask you guys to put in the comments down below what you guys are currently working on, what you might be knitting or crocheting or both. So let's go ahead and get started. This might be a little bit longer today. There's a few things to share. So grab something to drink, sit down, and let's get comfortable and let's talk about what you guys are knitting and what I'm knitting. Okay, the first thing that I want to share with you are a couple of projects that I've finished, and I have shared these. Well, one of them you'll understand. This is the Japanese sampler scarf. The pattern is by Toni and Lorenz. I just want to mention that this is finished because I did finish it since the last time I did a video. This has its own video, so if you're interested in seeing all of the details about this beautiful pattern by Toni and Lorenz and all of the close-ups on this, I'll put the link in the show notes and up above. But this was a gorgeous pattern, and I loved doing it, and I've been talking to Toni briefly, and there is another project coming out next year, not Japanese lace, but it's going to be another type of lace, so I'm excited about that, and I'll be sharing that a little bit later on as next year comes around. All right, the next project I finished as well was the 2021 Year of International Lace. The pattern's by Elizabeth Ravenwood, and this is what it looks like. And the video for this will be coming out soon, I believe next week sometime. And you can see all of the details and the close-ups of each month. Both of these two projects I just shared were year-long projects, and every month you got a new set of clues, and you knitted it up. And so both of these have been going on since January, and I just finished both of these up this just a couple of weeks ago this week. So I just finished both of these up, so it's nice to have them done, and just want to mention that they're done, and so you guys can go see the videos and check out the details if you're interested. The next project I want to share with you is a crochet project that I'm currently working on. This is from being sponsored by Lisa Ladybird Loves. She's doing her pick and mix cowl, and that is where we she has two spinny wheels. There's four colors, one main color. You have to pick a stitch for the border, and the colors. The main color is in between each clue. We are to clue 7, so I'm behind. As you can see, I've only done 4 of these, but the first one was the waistcoat stitch in color 1. This is my color 1. Then the color 2 was the textured wave. This is pretty long, so I'm not gonna. I'm just showing it all folded up. But my main color, this brown, is done in extended length double crochet. This is this third clue was the linen stitch, and my third color was Yosemite. These yarns are all Lion Brand Heartland yarns. This color is this is Bryceland Canyons. I can't remember what the red is called. Yosemite, and then Rocky Mountain Green. Now this next color, you can see this is the brown. The brown is the then my green is Rocky Mountain, and this fourth clue was the bobble stitch. And I didn't do it every other stitch. I put like a few stitches in between and then just kind of staggered it. So that's my, and I made it a little bit bigger because I need to get added some extra height to my blanket. So this is my fourth clue. Now the ones that I'm missing, the fifth one is the loop stitch, and it was again in the color green, so the green color came up again. So I've got to do the loop stitch, and then the next one after that was the camel stitch, and that's in the color Yosemite, which is this color here. And then the last one that was just picked yesterday is the seventh clue is in the color green again, and that is the Suzette stitch. Now I haven't decided. I think why I've been lagging is the loop stitch kind of threw me for a loop. Haha, pun intended. I just wasn't sure about it in the middle of my blanket having all these loops. So I have trying to figure out if I am going to continue with these stitches or maybe skip that one. I haven't decided, so if you guys want to see what I decide, tune in again for the next time and you'll see what decision I make. Kind of leaning towards maybe just skipping that one and going on to the next stitch, and then at the end adding an additional stitch from the list of, I believe there's 31, 32 stitches, and picking one that wasn't picked at the end from the wheel. So that's probably what I'll do. And so that means I'll be disqualified for the giveaway and stuff, but I'm still participating in it. I just am going a little rogue. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention, and I'll put a link to Lisa's channel for the Pick and Mix Cal if you want to jump in. You can, I think you can catch up with us and participate with us. We're not, we're about halfway done. So there's still plenty of time to jump in and have fun. And she does those picking of the colors and the stitches on Thursdays in a short live. So they're fun and fun to see where the wheel's going to land. The next thing I want to talk about is a project I've shown you. It was a knit along, not a mystery knit along. So we knew what this was going to look like, and this is a shawl. This is a pattern by Romi Hill, who is one of my absolute favorite designers. This is her autumn knit along, Bright October. That's what it looks like. It's a mosaic knitting pattern. So it looks like there. Needed 4 colors. And I picked these colors here. This was a kit from Mrs. Babs. It has a pink, which is Honey Bunny, had a dark purple called Urang, then a green, which is Terrarium, and then it had a 4th color, like a red violet, Bougainvillea. So then the last, I've shown you clues 1 and 2, and where I left off was clue 3. Clue 3 was... All right, let me just show you the whole thing. This is finished, so I'm going to talk about clues 3, 4, and 5 in the finished shawl. All right, so this is what my shawl looks like. As you can see from the picture, this bottom color here is different, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But the shawl started, I'll briefly mention, it started with this pink, this center triangle. It started here, did a knitted cast on, and these are double yarn overs. Everything's blocked, so it's nice and open. And then this section, this triangular section, was done in a way that I've never done a triangular section for a shawl. It was done using a lot of German short rows to make this triangular, and that's just basically where you knit and then turn and go back and forth, so you don't finish your rows and you have to pull your stitches where you turn in a way that creates double legs for those stitches. And then when you're ready to close it all up, you just knit through the double legs as if they're one stitch. It's magic. It works really well. It works so much better than doing like the wrap and turn method for short rows. To me, I like it. I like it a lot. So we did German short rows, and then we added in that second color, which is that dark purple, called Urang. and we started doing the mosaic knitting, and this mosaic knitting is very simple knitting, very simple. It was mainly just slipping 1, maybe 2 stitches, which is really nice to keep the back nice and neat. Let me show you what the back looks like for that section. You can see the floats are not long at all. It just, I think the hardest part about this was making sure that you did not knit it too tightly so that you still had some stretch for blocking. But that's what that looks like. Looks kind of like a little chevron, Charlie Brown, I think a Charlie Brown, his shirt. So that was color clue 2, using color 2, and then I think it even went through this section here where we brought in color 3, which is that green with the color 2 and that design. Then clue 3, this is what you have not seen, brought in more of this, so it started like right in here, finished that section of mosaic knitting, and then it went into this just plain lace, not plain, but this lace section, which is really beautiful, using just that one color, color 3, which is my green, which is called Terrarium. And you can see this is a triangular section, so you had a center section, and then the other side was done in a reverse fashion. This is a very long, skinny at the depth of it. So the depth of it this way is short. It's mostly long and it's kind of like a wrap to use for winter, you know, for like a scarf. You can easily, you know, wrap it like this, kind of double wrap it, wrap yourself up like for winter, wear it something like this, and have a lot of color to your outfit. Anyway, let me go back to explaining it. So after clue 3, which was that green lace, clue 4 finished the lace in the green, and then it brought in this pink. You brought the color 1 back in, and you created this eyelet section of lace, and then you continued on and you brought in color 4. So my color 4, I'm going to show you, I finished clue 4 in the color Bougainvillea, which was the color I originally had planned to do, and I'll show a picture here of it. And the reason why I'm showing it is because I made a mistake, and I like to share all my stuff with you guys and what I learned from this. So basically, as you can see, it's looking side by side, it looks like the colors would work fine together, but when I knitted them together, the Bougainvillea was so dark that the orang, and they were competing. So the hue, I guess, of it was, or the intensity was, I'm not sure what you call that. Then it was too much, and it did not allow the mosaic design, these triangles, to show up, as you can see. So I waited a couple of days after I knitted it, and I just kept looking at it. You know, I kind of leave my knitting over here to the side, and I kept seeing it, and I was just like really disappointed that you really couldn't see the mosaic design. Some people was like, oh, it'll be okay, don't worry about it. And some people were like, well, maybe rip it out and do it again. So I decided after a couple of days of looking at it and not liking it to rip it out. And so I ripped it back to the pink, and I started over. And again, the clue 4 was just about half of this diamond, so about right here. So I ripped all that out, and I looked in my stash, and I had this really pretty, this is a different type of yarn. The one thing that's different with it is it's single ply, so I was worried about it being thin, but I think it went okay, or it worked okay. The other yarn is a 4-ply, but this is just a leftover skein of yarn. It's Madeline Tosh, Erie Light, E-Y-R-E Light. Very soft, beautiful yarn. This color is Rose Amethyst, and I thought the colors went pretty well. It looks kind of like an Easter egg, maybe spring, some flowers. And the reason why I picked it is because this is a darker purple, and I thought that the contrast of these two worked so much better than the Bougainvillea that I had, although I did love the Bougainvillea a lot. But now I have this spring shawl. Clue 5 was basically starting about right here, halfway through, finishing it up, doing a simple bind off, super stretchy bind off. The edges are supposed to be kind of straight. There's no scallops or points or anything. So I finished it last night, soaked it, blocked it, and here we are this morning. And this is the shawl, the finished shawl scarf, and that's what it looks like. So for the Romi Hill Autumn Fall Knit Along, I knitted a scarf that looks very much like spring. That's what everybody in the Ravelry group is saying, that looks a lot like spring. But you can definitely see the diamonds a lot better than if I stayed with the bougainvillea. I don't think you would have been able to see them at all, but you can kind of see the mosaic knitting. And let me show you the back again, so you can see how simple and neat that is. All the floats are really neat. There's no, let me get up close so you guys can see. It's not messy. You just knit it regularly. I mean, maybe a little loose, but not too loose, because you don't want a lot of just stitches loose back there and sagging. You just want it to be not tight so that you can block it. And that's what the back looks like when you do the mosaic knitting for this shawl. And that's the finished shawl. That's the Bright October for Romi Hill mosaic knitting pattern and her fall shawl knit along. Again, not a mystery. Very fun, very easy. I had about half of my yarns left over, so I did not use but maybe half of each skein. So I have that left over that I can use for something else. But anyway, that's that. Thank you for letting me share that with you, and I'm excited that I finished it and got it blocked already and off the needles before all the Christmas stuff starts. Okay, so that's all I have for projects to show you guys. Finished 3 projects, and now I'm still working on the blanket. I'm still working on Waltz of the Dragonflies and another crochet shawl. I think for the rest of the year, I really want to start some new projects. I do have a couple projects I am going to be starting, but the rest of my projects, I'm going to try to finish up whips, and I'll be sharing that in some lives. I'm going to be having some stuff coming up in December for you guys. I'm going to be doing more lives in December. I didn't do any lives in November, except I'm going to be doing the live with Linda on the 20th to wrap up the Simpson TurnPike knit along, which that also was finished. And that's that shawl right there. That's my second one. And there will be a slideshow in that live and a giveaway. I think this will post after that. But if you want to go back and look at the slideshow and look at all of the beautiful shawls that were made in this knit along that Linda and I hosted, they are beautiful. There were 38 people, I believe, that participated. 40 if you count Linda and myself, and which you do. And they're all beautiful. So go take a look at all of the shawls and the slideshow, and let me know what you think down in the comments below that video. Right now I want to spend a little bit of time before, actually, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about what you guys are currently knitting, and then at the end I have a couple of updates, upcoming projects that I want to clue you guys in on in case you want to knit along with me. So there are 2 people who sent in, this is what are you guys knitting, and these are the people who sent in projects to share with us here in this video. So there's 2 people who sent in projects today. The first person is Lisa Mahin. She's Dragon Bee Crochet, and she is sharing with us 2 projects today. The first one is a top that she made. This is a pattern from the 70s, flashback to the 70s, and this was made for her cousin's daughter, and she wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it fits perfectly. Look at this design. It is so cute. Cute little granny square halter top. Adorable. I love this so much. And if I had a figure like that, I would be wearing it too. It's so cute. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing that with us. The next item she's sharing with us is a pattern. It's a Mobius twist shawl pattern that she made, and the pattern is from Crystal Bag a Day, and she enjoyed making this, and she even got a like from Crystal on her Instagram, which she said about made her fall off her chair. So it's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love it. It's amazing. And if I got a like from Crystal, I'd fall off my chair too. The next item, or the next person to share with us is Verna Bradshaw. And Verna has 3 projects to share with us today. The first one is another Bag a Day pattern from Crystal. This is a 24-inch square made, and she used mandala yarn, which is a weight 3 yarn, and the colorway is unicorn. And she was asking me, I'm going to ask you guys, she was thinking of making a lovey with it. You know, the loveys are those baby blankets that they'll use to kind of soothe them, and you can add like a little animal head. And she was asking for suggestions. So if you guys have any suggestions for her, put them down in the comments below. But she's thinking of making that because this square turned out to be 24 inches. So it's a little small, but she's thinking it'd be perfect for a levy. Let us know what you think. The next item is a virus blanket that she made using 2 mandala cakes. The video tutorial for this pattern, this project, is from Beth at Thimble Hooks on YouTube. Here, I'll put a link in the description box. And this square measures 41.5 inches. It is beautiful. I absolutely love this so much. Your crochet is amazing, Verna. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And the last item she shared with us is, I love this so much. I want to make one of these. This makes me want to make one of these. All right, the last item that Verna is sharing with us is a beautiful blanket that she made. She used loops and threads, impeccable yarn. That's a weight 4 yarn. She used 5 colors, and then she alternated them, and there's 6 rows of each color repeated once. The colors that she used of this yarn are True Gray, Classic Gray, Plum, Aran, and Blue Haze. And this is beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Verna, for sharing this with us. I want to make one of those. It's really, really nice. So thank you for sharing that, Lisa and Verna. I'm so appreciate you guys sharing that with us so much. Now, this is to the point where I'm going to ask you guys to make a comment down below of what you guys are currently working on. If you're working on Christmas stuff, if you're working on whips, what are you guys making right now? If you're making anything, are you finding yourself with time to make stuff? Do you not have time to make stuff? Let me know let us all know down in the comments below, please. I do have 2 more things to share with you, so don't leave just yet. There are a couple of things coming up for December that I want to mention if you guys are interested. Actually, I've got 4 things to mention. All right, the first 2 are knitting. The third one is crochet. I thought the 4th one was crochet, but it's another knitting. But I think they're all worth a mention. So let me mention these to you. The first item I want to mention to you is from Bridget Koch. And she is doing, again, now last year, if you were with me and watching my channel at this time last year, which I was pretty new. I think I only had like 50 subscribers last time this year. Or not even 50. I think I remember making the joke to Brian that I would be happy if I got 50 subscribers for Christmas. So, I'm not sure if you guys watched or not, but last year I did the MKAL Advent Calendar Stole, and she's doing that again this year. This is the MKAL Advent Calendar Stole 2021. Now, what Bridget does is she does, it's a mystery knit along, and you get pattern clues every other day until December the 23rd. So it starts December 1st, you get clues that you can knit. Then on December 3rd, you get another clue. December the 5th, you get another clue. So every 2 days, you get a clue update. And it's kind of similar to this, this kind of scarf here where you get, you have each new section is a different clue, but it all goes together. It's all lace. And she also ties it in where you can use beads in an interlude section, which kind of ties it together. I should have brought my scarf in from last year and had it here to show you. But she's going to be doing that this year. I'm going to be participating in that. And I want to show you the yarn that I've picked out. I'm going to be using 2 skeins. You need about 1,000 yards of yarn, fingering weight yarn. And I'm going to be using, or you can use lace weight too, but I'm going to be using these 2 skeins from Diana Dye. This is called Timberwolf. It's like a beige base. This is 100% bamboo. And then it's got these gold speckles in there. Can you see? Really pretty, really soft. Now each one of these are about 700 yards, so I need 2 of them. And then I had these beads in my stash, which I think go really well with it, these gold beads. And the beads are going to be used in the interlude. So in between each clue, you're going to knit like a little lace section and add the little beads. And I think that'll be really nice to go with that. So I think this is the yarn I'm going to use. I wanted to use this red yarn with silver beads, but I can't find it. So I might have given it away. I don't remember giving it away, but I might have given it away. But that's what I wanted to use, but I haven't been able to find it yet. So I think I'll just stick with this, unless I find that yarn. And if I do find that yarn, I might use it. It's red with silver, but I do like this as well. Gold is really pretty for Christmas as well. So that's the first project I want to mention. I also want to mention that if you guys are interested, I will do a small giveaway right here, right now. Under this video, put a comment and put in your comment the word Advent, ADVENT, and I will pick a date. I will put that down in the show notes, and I will draw 2 winners to win her pattern for this mystery knit along. So I'll try to do this quickly. Since it starts on the 1st, I'll have to do it before the 1st. But if you're interested in maybe winning this pattern, and then maybe so you can knit it along with me and with all of the other people who'll be knitting this, put Advent down in a comment below. And again, I'll be using the YouTube random comment picker to pick a winner. And the dates will all be down below. I'm kind of doing this off the fly, so I don't have the dates all picked out. But let's just pick 2 winners, and I'd be glad to give that to you guys so you guys can do this along with me. I think it's fun when there's more than, I have friends knitting this with me. We can share our experiences, share what each other's projects looks like, and I love that. I love doing that. So that's the fun part for the mystery for me. And then also seeing the design in different in different colors and stuff, and seeing how well it looks in different colors or beads. That's the other part I like. All right, so the next item I want to talk about is another knitting project. This comes from Trisha Weatherston, and this was brought to my attention from Teresa Knitting Dancer. I really wasn't aware that I know she does these. I did her Advent scarf 2 years ago, but this year she is doing an Infinity Cow project. This is also a mystery knit along, and I'll put the information on how to obtain it down below. But this year she's going to be doing a circular knit infinity scarf, and you can use 2 colors or more. And I think she said she's going to be using 7 colors, and there's 2 size options. It can be 68 inches around or 36 inches long. And then the width is 7.5 inches. So she gives clues every day, like 4 to 6 rows. So you got to keep up with it this every day through up to Christmas. So you got rows to knit every day on that project. So that's the second project I wanted to mention for Advent. If you're I'm going to be doing again the Advent knitting, and then trying to wrap up some of my whips. The third project I want to mention, or the third upcoming project I want to mention that you guys might want to participate in, is a crochet project. I like to try to do a little bit of both, and not just, I do more of the knitting, but I am trying to bring in some more crochet. I didn't see a lot of Crochet Advent projects out there, but this one is an Advent project. It is for crochet. It is being hosted by Irene Strange and Iliara Kalari, and this is from Amigurumi Adventures. And what they do, this is the 4th year that they've done this. There are 24 mystery clues every day from the 1st to the 24th. There's also a bonus start clue. And basically, this is amigurumi patterns. I'll show a couple of clues or a couple of pictures from the ones from previous years. It looks like you end up making a lot of little different amigurumi patterns. You could maybe turn those into toys. You could turn those into Christmas ornaments. This year, I think they said they were going to focus mostly on nature-inspired designs. So I think that'd be really beautiful to make. And this pattern is a little bit expensive, but I'm going to give away 2 patterns as well of this to 2 people who are picked with their YouTube random comment pickers. So to enter for that, if you're interested in the crochet pattern, this Amigurumi Adventures pattern, I need you to put a comment down below, and in the comment, let's put the word amigurumi, A-M-I-G-U-R-U-M-I. So let's put that word, and I'll pick 2 winners for that pattern as well. When I do my giveaway, I'll pick the 2 winners for this and the 2 winners for the MCAL Advent Stole from Bridget Koch. So go ahead and don't forget to do that if you're interested in that. The 4th item that's coming up for Advent and Christmas December knitting, I thought was a crochet pattern, but it ended up being a knitting pattern. I just love this lady's pattern so much. This is Imagined Landscape, and she is going to be she does all these really cute little gnomes, little knitted gnomes, and she's going to be doing Leave Gnome Stone Unturned. That's the name of the pattern. It's going to be, again, Advent mystery knitting. You're going to get clues up into December. Really cute. I'll try to put a few pictures in here if you're interested in that. I probably won't be able to participate, but I do think it's so cute. I just could not know about it and not mention it to you guys. So anyway, I think that's all I have for today. Again, don't forget to enter those 2 little pattern giveaways if you're interested in that. Please don't forget to put what you're currently working on down below. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today, chit-chatting about projects, upcoming projects, projects that you guys are working on. I enjoy these videos so much. These are my favorite videos that I do, because I get to talk about what you guys have been working on that you share with me, and then I get to hear in the comments below what you guys are currently working on. I love hearing that. So thank you guys again for spending time with me. I hope you're all doing well. Please keep your eyes open for some special stuff from me in December. I'm going to be doing some special things. I would love for you to be able to come and participate with me. I hope you'll enjoy it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be different from me. And it'll be leading up until Christmas. So please keep your eyes open. And if you could come, I would love for you to come and have some fun with me. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. And I will see you all very, very soon.